And today is the 15th, which marks the mid-November, which many automakers consider them to be the D-Day for reproduction. And today to talk with us is the Marketing Director of Mazda Sales Thailand, Kun Suritip Laongthong. Good afternoon, Kap. Kun Suritip.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, the listener.
Kun Suritip, Kap, how has the flooding affected Mazda's production in Thailand? About the terms of the industry's supply chain, since some part makers in factories in Ayutthaya had to halt stop production.
Okay, I would say that the impact will be two levels. The first level will be a direct impact of, we can say that some of the makers are affected directly by the flood itself.
Okay.
The plant and manufacturer were underwater at the moment, and they are trying to resume the production or resume the plant as soon as possible. But for the Mazda plant, which located in Rayong, the Eastern Seaboard Estate, we are quite lucky because
You're not really affected.
Indirectly impact. And impact in part of the supply of components and parts feed to the manufacturer. So Mazda have to stop production since 11 of October, and we resume production 14 of this month.
Okay, so it started off yesterday already.
Yesterday, correct.
Okay, and what measures do you think that the government should take up to minimize the impacts on other auto makers or other factories that are not directly hit by those in Rayong?
Okay, I think Rayong is still too far from the flood at the moment. Rayong located in the east of Thailand.
Right.
But I think the most we have to careful about is the real estate, is the industrial estate of the Bang Chan and Lat Krabang, because some of the parts, some of the microchip also supply from there, from those two industrial estates. So if Bang Chan and Lat Krabang affect, it will be another huge impact to the automotive industry.
So the government should help those before they're helping others?
Yeah, I think the government is trying at the moment, try to slow down the flow, the water flow down to those areas. And I think they try as best as possible.
So any suggestion you want them to do?
I mean, the automotive industry, I mean, the member of the industry, they're seeking for a support from the government in terms of unlocking the criteria for the local content. Some of the car, there will be a certain percent of the local content in terms of the value compared to the total price of the vehicle, or in terms of number of parts. So it quite varies from product to product.
Right. And
mostly hit the product champion in Thailand for pickup truck and also city car, which is the key market is in Bangkok. So many makers are working with the government, try to resourcing the components and parts from outside Thailand. And I think that the government is considering at the moment.
Okay. Kun Suritip, how about the company's medium and long-term plan? Are they adjusted? Is Mazda's plans adjusted by the floods?
We impact for the inability to produce, to manufacture for a month, and now we resume almost back to normal. I would say in just the Mazda case. So the production resumed yesterday, and we commit to the customer that we can deliver. We can offer the immediate delivery. The production will be compensated of the 30 days that we cannot produce. So the supply in the last 2 months, for the last 2 months of the year, will be let's say that 150% to cover the October, what missing in October. So a part of the Mazda is taking the responsibility is to maintain the supply in the parts, in the percentage that we could, in order to maintain the level of effect to the automotive industry.
Okay, well, thank you very much for sharing your information with us, Kun Suritip.
You're welcome.
Okay,
bye-bye.
Good luck. Bye-bye. Thank you.
And now moving on, today is the first crucial day of the meeting of the Strategic Committee for Reconstruction and Future Development, or SCRF in short. a watershed to signal whether the country will sink or swim in the face of the catastrophic flooding, and Virapong needs to build a consensus. This year's seasonal floods have caused untold damage, impacting on the livelihoods of almost 3 million people, inflicting more than 530 deaths, wreaking havoc on the farmland of the Chao Phraya River Basin, and disrupting the worldwide supply chain for several key industries. At issue is not the flooding, which is a natural phenomenon, but the confidence in future flood control. The SCRF, led by Dr. Virapong Ramangkoon, has a daunting task to prove the country's unwavering determination to prevent a repeat of flooding calamities. Based on initial estimates, the cost of rebuilding and future flood control might range from 300 billion to more than 1 trillion baht. But money is not a problem. The economy enjoys a strong treasury reserve and a healthy balance of payments, while the international financial institutions have offered concessionary lending terms. In regard to technical know-how, the country can choose among several successful models on water management. Drainage experience in Japan, the United States, and the Netherlands could be applicable. Virapong is likely to encounter a most difficult challenge in forming a political consensus to implement flood control measures. Unless Virapong can demonstrate that he is able to build confidence and consensus, the SCRF will end up in history as a failed publicity stunt. Last week, Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra issued the order to form the SCRF and the Strategic Committee for Water Resources Management. Under her instruction, the two committees are supposed to work in concert to overcome the flood crisis. Political critics believe that the blueprint was designed to achieve two objectives: to shore up Yingluck's leadership confidence and to convince investors about the commitment on future flood control.
Although we see water levels lowering in the industrial estates, the Japanese companies, Thailand's biggest foreign investors, may spend more to build factories in neighboring countries, including Indonesia, and after the worst flood in 70 years disrupted the global production. Executives recognized the concentration risk after the floods, said Takahiro Sekido, chief Japan economist at Credit Agricole CIB in Tokyo. The recent trend of accelerating investment into Thailand will cool, despite the fact that Thailand was such an ideal destination, he said. Indonesia and Vietnam, which both attracted more foreign direct investment than Thailand last year, look set to attract more Japanese investment, said Toru Nishihama, an economist at Daiichi Life Research Institute, Inc. in Tokyo. Indonesia has a large population and its domestic demand is quite strong, while Vietnam's population is increasing, he said. The two countries account for more than half of the 591 million people. Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra has proposed spending 130 billion baht on reconstruction and steps to prevent future floods. She seeks to reassure investors that Thailand remains a safe place for business. The disaster has rippled through the supply chains of Japanese auto and electronic makers as parts shortages affected operation across the globe. Honda Chief Financial Officer Fumihiko Ike said he hopes that Thai government will improve infrastructure, including water drainage systems. The company plans to flexibly manage production at factories in neighboring country, Ike told reporters in Tokyo. Canon Inc., Nissan Motor Co., Hitachi Limited, and Toshiba Corp. All halted production at Thai factories because of the floods. The distribution of Japan's supply chain across the region may shift as well amid increasing local consumption and plans to unify the region's economy. The 10-member of ASEAN is targeting 2015 for the creation of a single market economic zone modeled after the European Union without a common currency. Japan was the biggest investor in the bloc from 2008 to 2010, topping US and China, according to ASEAN statistics.